Are we on? Hello?
Yes, we're on.
Oh God, I know how come the blind guys wear sunglasses. Jesus. I mean, how do you... Oh, g'day, mates. Just another one of the dirty shorts. Put another prawn on the Barbie for me, and, well, wait. I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't eat anything smarter than me because... You know those lobsters, they can grow to be 150 years old. I mean, gosh, I can't eat that anymore. Where was I going? Oh, yeah. So, anyways, one of my daughter's friends said that she wanted me to tell you about the story from Africa. I'll get to that. But her husband was saying, well, aren't you afraid that you kind of look like a fool when you go on the camera like this? And, well, no, I like to think of myself as more as an idiot. But you got to understand, I got to explain. See, there's nothing greater in my mind than an idiot savant. They just know stuff because, well, they're stupid. And when it comes to stupid, I feel I'm pretty good at that. An idiot savant is all about the spectrum. There's a spectrum of life. And when people come in, we all got this spectrum, and it's based on your genetics and your experiences and all that kind of happy crap. On the spectrum, I like to think that everybody's equal. So maybe you only got that much of a spectrum. But I'm telling you that there's somewhere in there that you know everything about everything, and just the rest of us stupid people down here at the bottom, we don't understand where you're going. What you got to understand is this spectrum is like this, perhaps, or maybe infinite, probably. And we only get a portion of that. So we have to take that spectrum and use it to the best of our abilities. And some people can go along that spectrum and they got this much depth like that. Then you've got all this other idiot savants that, depending on what your makeup is, maybe you're only about that thin. But when you get to that part of the spectrum where you understand what's going on and stuff, you're up here and you leave everybody behind. So my whole point is that everything is equal, I hope. So if not, well, I know I'm inferior and an idiot, so I'll just keep on going. These are my notes. The idiot savant, yeah. Oh. I'm okay with being an idiot savant. So where was I? Anyways, I was in Nairobi, and this was a month before they blew up the embassy. And the night before, there was a bomb blew up, and there was open gunfire in the streets. And I'm sitting in my little hotel room with my beer bottle, waiting to bean whoever comes through the door. And after that, the next morning, I got up and said, I'm getting out of this town. So I went and found a safari. And they said, yeah, we're going to leave at 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. So I said, okay, I'm all in. I want to get out of this town. So I went back, got my stuff. Boom, I'm in the safari. We're going on, and safari is not like you see on television where, oh, isn't this wonderful? Well, maybe it is, depending on who you are, but where I was at, I mean, the flies and the smell and the heat, and you get in this kind of vehicle, and it's kind of open air, and you're just kind of driving along, and you're hanging on, and you go to wherever the guy's taking you, and you kind of look around, and you see all these animals. I mean, they're just roaming across the savannah, and you go, wow, isn't that great? Well, we stopped to eat lunch, and the two English ladies that were with us, well, the English lady and her daughter, finally they just started howling because when we stopped to eat, you got to understand, you're trying to eat your sandwich, and there's flies all kind of, flying around, and, there's smells, and there's poop everywhere, and you're just wondering if you're going to get eaten by a lion and all that. Well, I'm from Nebraska, so I just kind of put my hand over my mouth and kept the flies away while I'm eating my sandwich. And finally they said, okay, let's get in the car and we'll drive and we'll go to where, we'll eat while we're moving. So you get and you see all this wildlife and you go, wow, this is unbelievable. Well, we get back to the tent that night, and like I say, that night the English doctor who was on whatever they call it, sabbatical from Denver, Colorado. I called him Batman. we're the only two guys sitting there, and he says, I just want to go on safari before I leave this place because, I can't wait to go. So anyways, that night we were dancing with the Maasai, and you have to understand that this camp that we were in, could hold. They had tents everywhere. There's like 500 people could live in this place, where they have everybody and they all the tourists and all that. Well, like I say, it was in Nairobi the night before, and bombs bursting in the air and gunshots, and it wasn't really conducive to having a good time. Well, anyways, we're out there, we're dancing with the Maasai, having a good time, and we get liquored up, and the next morning, after what seemed like just a wonderful vision of, you can't imagine what it's like with the fire and all these guys jumping around and stuff. Well, we got up that morning, both feeling kind of peaked because he was a rich guy, so he had some, good liquor. And so we kind of finished off that bottle, and we get up the next morning. Well, there's that English lady and her daughter, and the doctor and myself, and I think like 3 or 4 more people, and then all these natives that were standing around trying to service 500 people, and it was just really kind of a bleak situation. And I'm just kind of going to breakfast, and we sit down at these picnic tables, and they're lined up like this, so like tons of people could be there. Well, there's only the few of us like this, and quite being from Nebraska, I kind of sit over on the side on the end table like this, and just kind of waiting for my meal to show up, and kind of looking. And it was kind of a big tented area, open space kind of thing, and I see this movement over in this big tent. I'm going, what in the heck is that? All of a sudden, this baboon leaps down onto the picnic table next to me, grabs a thing of ketchup, and turns and looks at me and goes, "Yeah!" And those things got like teeth that come down like this. Now, me being like, having the reflexes of a Nebraska linebacker, I just kind of looked at him and said, "No, that's okay. You can have it." Well, this guy grabbed that ketchup, leaped back up onto these bars on this tent thing, swung around, passed this thing off to his foot, was hanging onto the ketchup with his foot, was going like Tarzan through the tents area, dropped down. As he was dropping down, he grabbed it onto this thing. Now all the natives that were standing around, they're all running after him because ketchup is kind of a valuable commodity in those places. And all I see is everybody running down after this monkey with this victory like that, and all the other monkeys are up in the trees going, clapping. And so, well, I don't think I've had ketchup since. That was a story about the baboon, and he was running across there like a striped-ass ape. They say that, kind of, but actually he was one of those red ones with the red. I think he was laughing as he was going, but oh well. That's what life is all about, those little moments, and I hope you all have them, and feel free to share them for free on YouTube, because I'm still trying to figure out how you make a buck on this thing, but good thing I'm not in it for the money, eh? I don't know.